Hello and welcome back to this channel. So today we are going to learn on ways that people compensate for inadequacies that they experience through childhood, or those self-protection strategies that a child learns to cope with the trauma. One is the narcissism. I'm sure you are familiar with the word narcissistic because it's so much used. Narcissism is that having a kind of superiority, that someone thinks they are so important, they want to be worshipped, but in fact these people are masking the vulnerability. They have that sense of insecurity, and this happens especially if a child has been brought up by over-controlling parent. When a parent is so over-controlling, a child learns or understand this is okay, that's what normal life means, to control, to be in control. And that is what you are seeing these narcissistic people. Unless someone understands they have this kind of trauma they have to address, then we shall continue experiencing what we are experiencing in our society today. Another point is the codependency. Codependency is that person who enables someone's behavior. You tend to please people even though what they are doing is against their values. You don't have that courage to speak out and say, I am not liking this, but you tend to do something. You hurt yourself, you suppress your emotions so that you can make other people happy. You tend to please people. Maybe you want to belong to a certain class, and they have this what they are requiring so that you can remain in that class. And you meet people going to take loans so that they can finance these kind of behaviors, whereas this person will be suffering. Maybe they have no rent, maybe they have no food. So it is good to understand if you find yourself in this kind of scenarios, this kind of situation, understand you need to work on something. Understand you need to work so that you can reclaim your authentic self. You can reclaim your true self who is not bothered by what you are saying. Another point is the perfectionism. These people who are bothered by overachievement. They have this self-body image issues. In fact, there are those people who go dieting so that they can have a certain kind of body. They want to have this perfect, but no one is perfect. You can't kill yourself because you want to be a perfect person. That people who are obsessed with the immoderate pursuit of wealth, it is never enough, and you wonder if you have all the kind of vehicles, will you use them at the same time? You have all these kind of houses, are you going to sleep on those houses at the same time? So it is good even to stop for a moment and ask yourself, what is going on with my life? Why am I doing that? Why do I want to be in the limelight? Even though you have all kind of fear that you want, in deep inside you feel that is inadequacy, and this inadequacy is what you're supposed to work on. It can't be soothed with the word, it can't be soothed with this kind of dieting. It is good to address this emotional wound so that people can heal. Another point is there are those people who self-medicate the emotional pain with drugs. Those people who into drug and substance abuse, they are trying to run away from the reality of the emotional pain. You numb that pain with drugs, but you just feel good for a short time, but the pain comes back. And so it is going to address this reality that you face, this reality that you're trying to run away from it. So it is going to understand what is ailing you, to understand you didn't choose that trauma to happen to you, but remember it is your responsibility to heal. No one will heal on your behalf. I usually say that change and self-development cannot be delegated. You have to do the work. Another point, there are those people who are harshly critical of self and others. In the social media, you see people commenting, criticizing people, judging people. But what I usually say, when that person does that, it is a reflection of what is going on inside themselves. It is what they have learned as a child. Perhaps this child was usually criticized as a child, and that's how they learned it is good, it is normal, like that perception. Because I usually say that brain development happens at early childhood, 0 to 6 years, and these childhood experiences that the child goes through determines the brain condition to be formed, which influences how the brain development happens. So, and if this happens when a person is a child, they get this position, they get these beliefs that is how the world is supposed to be viewed, of which it is wrong. A person, if you see yourself in that, you have to challenge those beliefs. You have to unlearn and run again. Yeah, you have to change so that you can understand that perception that you have about the world. It's not how the world is. There are other ways that you can view the world. Another point, there are those people who are afraid to take up challenging situations. Those people that want to achieve something, but you are afraid what is going to happen. You are afraid maybe to fail. You are afraid to do something so that you cannot fail others, so that you cannot fail yourself. So it is good to ask yourself, why am I like this? Where did it begin from? It is good to go back to the foundation and ask yourself, what impacted me, what happened along the way, instead of us asking people what's wrong with them, why is someone having these behavior struggles. Instead, ask what happened to them, because no one chooses to have behavior struggles. There are those factors that influence a person. For example, if a person has gone through traumatic experiences as a child, it impacts how the DNA is read and transcribed. So it is important to understand the foundation matters. Another point that I would like to address is there are those people who are not able to express themselves, their emotions through words. Even if a person is going through what, there are those people who can never speak out. And what happens if you're not able to speak in words? You experience asthma. You express your emotion through diarrhea. You experience your emotions through having skin conditions. You express your emotions through pain, experiencing pain. Some will collapse, and unless you understand that those things that you need to work on, you need to speak out. Even those people who are not able to express themselves, in fact, they have a lot of throat issues. There are those people who are not able. You always take care of others. You take care of others. You forget that yourself as a person needs you. You need to take care of yourself. And what happened? There are those people who have bone issues. There are those who have immune system issues. There are those people who have this kind of blood issues. Those people are not able to express themselves. They keep having throat issues. So it is good to understand. It is good to speak out. It is good. It takes a courageous step for one to speak out what is happening. You don't have to die in silence. Even though that is stigma around mental health, I usually say stigma is not the issue, but the issue is you deciding to act in silence. So it is good to speak out. Another point that comes that happens as a self-protection strategy. Yeah, there are those people who cannot tolerate positive or negative emotions. In fact, when you are happy, you are afraid maybe perhaps something that might happen to you, because maybe the last time you were happy, maybe someone abused you, maybe someone touched you inappropriately, someone maybe physically abused you because of. Another way that people compensate for inadequacies of childhood, it is through they feel disconnected, or they experience problem connecting with other people. Because when someone has a relation trauma, maybe someone was emotionally neglected, maybe someone was abused, maybe someone was rejected, they find it hard to connect with people, especially if someone was sexually abused. They tend to avoid relationship. They also tend they will avoid relationship because maybe perhaps they fear this person maybe an abuser, because that is the perception that they have, this perception that if someone has abused me, I believe this gender is bad. I believe this gender, maybe perhaps all of them are abusers. So you feel disconnected. Another way that a person copes with this inadequacy is through demanding attention. There are those people who are so demanding. They will demand you be there for them, especially if a child or a person was brought up by whose parent was unavailable. They didn't get the attention that they required. Maybe they didn't get the touch that comes what makes the child suit themselves. Then they want these people, maybe their friends, maybe their lovers, to be there, to be that mother figure that was not there as a child. And you see them demanding a lot of attention, maybe from their spouses, maybe from their friends. And it is important to address, if you see yourself having any kind of issue, it is good to ask yourself, where did it come from, or why did I learn this, when did I learn that, so that you can able to address what is ailing you. It is good to address this childhood trauma. It is good to address this emotional wounds, so that you can gain your true self. You can claim your personal power back, and you can able to have this growth mindset, that where you are not threatened maybe by a situation that does resonate with you. You don't feel as if others are threatened because they're doing something that you think it is not right. So it is good to make your mental health a priority by addressing this early childhood trauma, by asking yourself, how did these inadequacies came out, by asking yourself, how did I come to be this narcissistic, how did I come to be this perfectionist kind of a person. So it is good to understand all this. It is good to learn and understand where it came from, because we are here to make our mental health a priority. We want to have a mentally sane society, and that comes with us making our mental health a priority. So keep subscribing to this channel, share, so that many people can get this mental health awareness.